what is the topic of discussion at the NFL fall meeting with the membership, as it's referred to? What is happening? What's on the docket there today?
Well, the Sunday ticket thing is very fascinating because there's momentum toward DirecTV keeping the satellite side of it and someone else having the streaming side of it. And one of the big issues there is the bars out there and the restaurants, they're not equipped to stream like homes are and individuals walking around with their phones. They need that satellite delivery to have the maximum exposure in those settings. So I could see a hybrid come out of that where it's satellite for DirecTV and streaming for someone else, and people are very interested in what happens with the Sunday ticket package. But, the elephant in the room is the WFT situation, and Peter King suggested in Football Morning in America that they won't talk about it very much in open sessions because, somebody may blab, but I can't imagine there won't be questions of owners. There already have been some. Woody Johnson was asked about it, and he politely punted. But, the commissioner, he does his end of meetings press conference, and it'll be interesting to see how aggressive the questioning is with all the different wrinkles, all the angles, who ordered the code red on Jon Gruden, why did it happen during the season, not before or after, what are you doing about the congressional inquiry? There's a lot of meat there, and I'll be fascinated to see how many questions he gets on that broader topic of the investigation and the email leakage. weren't the Gruden
emails in question part of a separate litigation that were redacted, or is it possible that that's where those emails came from? And what else are you hearing about what Gruden's next move is going to be? I can't imagine that he's not going to just going to sit and say nothing to nobody forever, right? Like, what are you hearing about that, about those two subject matters?
Well, HBO sent around an email last week with some quotes from their Real Sports podcast where Andrea Kramer explained that a producer there called up Jon Gruden out of the blue, and he said the truth will come out. Of course, the most common reaction to that is, well, it already has come out. But I think there's a different truth he's possibly referring to as to how this all went down and why it happened when it happened in the middle of a season when, at the latest, the league knew about these in June. Now, my understanding is, while going through the emails, the 650,000 emails that the league says were all sent to and from Bruce Allen, and that's a lot of emails. That's 178 on average per day,
wow,
every day for 10 years. But assuming that's true, regardless, while going through those, they found the Gruden emails. And I'm told by June they were fully aware of the contents. They may have been aware of them before then and just didn't act on it. But then the commissioner asked some executives to kind of put it all together and give them a summary. And right before the first one leaked to the Wall Street Journal, the league had decided to send a packet to the Raiders, like, hey, what are you going to do about this? But the fact that it all came to a head during a season is just, if you're a Raiders fan, now even though they're 2-0 without Gruden, it has to be troubling. This could have happened, in theory it could have happened in January, and you go hire a new coach, and you just move on. Or you just hold it until after the season. You let Gruden get through the year, and then you hold on. Why did it happen in October? And maybe that's one of the things Gruden's going to try to get to the bottom of. And why him? Why not anybody else whose emails may be caught up in that trove that they refuse to show us, even though we've seen enough of it that I think it's easy to make the argument that we should maybe see all of it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.